Good morning, students. Today we'll be discussing about the stereochemistry. Here in the stereochemistry, today we'll be studying about the basic terms related to stereochemistry and types of isomerism. So let us begin today's class. So, stereochemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with three-dimensional structure of molecules and their effect on physical and chemical properties is known as stereochemistry. Stereochemistry is the one of the branch of the chemistry which deals with the three-dimensional structure of the molecules. It deals with the three-dimensional structure of the molecules, and it also gives us information regarding the effect on their physical and chemical properties. That is, effect on their physical and chemical properties. So that branch of chemistry is called as a stereochemistry. Next we have is a isomerism. Here different compounds having the same molecular formula but different physical and chemical properties due to different arrangement of atoms or groups within the molecule are called as isomers, and this phenomenon is known as isomerism. Isomerism means here different compounds they will be having, when we consider different compounds, they will be having same molecular formula but different physical and chemical properties. Those different chemical and physical properties, or the difference in the physical and chemical properties of a compound, will be due to different arrangement of atoms or groups within the molecule. There will be difference in their physical and chemical properties, that is due to the different arrangement of atoms or groups within the molecule. So such compounds are called as isomers, and the whole phenomenon is known as isomerism. Here there are different types of isomerism. The isomerism is classified mainly into two types. One is a stereoisomerism, another one is a structural isomerism. Here it mainly classified into two types. One is a stereoisomerism, another one is a structural isomerism. Here in the stereoisomerism, it is again subdivided into configurational isomerism and conformational isomerism. And this configurational isomerism is again subdivided into two types. One is cis-trans isomerism, another one is optical isomerism. Whereas this structural isomerism is again classified into four types, that will study the types of this structural isomerism. Here structural isomerism is again classified into four types, and structural isomerism means here different compounds, the compounds will be having same molecular formula but different structural formula due to different arrangement of atoms or groups within the molecule, known as structural isomers, and the phenomenon is called as structural isomerism. The phenomenon is called as structural isomerism. Here structural isomerism means that compounds will be having same molecular formula. If we are taking two compounds, both the compounds will be having same molecular formula, but they will be differing in their structural formula. There will be a difference in their structural formula. That difference will be due to the arrangement, that is different arrangement of atoms or groups within that molecule. There will be a difference in the structural formula as well as the arrangement of atoms or groups. That is different arrangement of atoms or groups will be ultimately leading to different structural formula. So due to these two differences in the within the molecule, the compounds will be having a different structural formula. So those compounds will be known as a structural isomers, and the phenomenon is called as a structural isomerism. And this structural isomerism is classified into following types, that is first classification or first type of structural isomerism is chain isomerism. Compounds having same molecular formula but differ in the arrangement of carbon chain, so it is referred to as chain isomerism. Chain isomerism means what? Here the compounds will be having same molecular formula. If we are taking two compounds, they will be having the same molecular formula, but there will be a difference in the arrangement of carbon chain. Just we observe a difference in the arrangement of the carbon chain within that molecule. So such type of isomerism is called as a chain isomerism. For example, see here N-butane and 2-methyl propane. N-butane and 2-methyl propane, they exhibit chain isomerism. See here in N-butane and 2-methyl propane, both have the same molecular formula. See here, there are 4 carbon atoms in N-butane, whereas here in the 2-methyl propane, you can observe that here there are 4 carbon atoms. First, second, third and fourth. There are 4 carbon atoms in N-butane as well as in 2-methyl propane. And there are 10 that is 10 hydrogen atoms in N-butane, whereas in 2-methyl propane again there are 10 hydrogen atoms. So both the compounds are having same molecular formula. We are observing same molecular formula for both the compounds, but there is difference in the arrangement of the carbon chain. See here in the first structure, that is in the first compound, that is in N-butane, you are observing a straight carbon chain. There is no branching of the carbon chain. Whereas in the 2-methyl propane, you can observe that one carbon, that is CH3, methyl group is branched to the second carbon. It is branched to the second carbon. So here we are observing a difference in the arrangement of the carbon chain. The first compound, that is in the N-butane, it is a straight chain, straight carbon chain, whereas in the second, that is 2-methyl propane, there is a branching at the second carbon atom. So there is difference in the arrangement of the carbon chain in the molecule. So these two exhibit chain isomerism. They are exhibiting the chain isomerism. Second example we are taking, that is N-butanol. Here we are replacing one hydrogen by a hydroxyl group, and here in the 2-methyl propane again we are replacing by one hydrogen by OH group. Here both are having the same molecular formula, but there will be a difference in the arrangement of the carbon chain. See here similarly as in the first example we have seen that is N-butane is having straight chain. In the similar way N-butanol is also having a straight chain, except here we are replacing a hydrogen atom by a hydroxyl group. It is the first compound is having the straight chain carbon chain, whereas the second that is second compound 2-methyl propanol, here the branching occurs at the second carbon. You can see the branching, that is methyl group is branched at the second carbon. So they are having similar molecular formula or same molecular formula, but they are different in the arrangement of carbon chain. You can observe difference in the arrangement of the carbon chain within the molecule. So such type of isomers are called as chain isomers. The second type of isomerism we have as is position isomerism. Here compounds having the same molecular formula but differ in the position of the substituent atom or group on a carbon chain are called as position isomers, and the phenomenon is called as position isomerism. In the aromatic series, the disubstituted products also exhibit position isomerism. See here, position isomerism, here the compounds will be having same molecular formula. Here also both the compounds will be having same molecular formula, but here they will be differing or there will be a difference in the position of the substituent atom or group on the carbon chain. We observe difference in the position of the substituent or group on the carbon chain. So such type of isomers are called as a position isomers, and the phenomenon is called as a position isomerism. What difference we observe here? Here we will be observing a difference in the position of the substituent atom or group. There will be a difference in the position of the substituent atom or group on the carbon chain. Such type of isomers are nothing but a position isomers, and the phenomenon is called as a position isomerism. See the example, N-propanol and 2-propanol. Here in the first compound, that is N-propanol, the OH group, the substituent is at the first carbon atom. The substituent is at the first carbon atom, whereas in 2-propanol, it is at the second carbon atom. The hydroxyl group, OH group, is at the second carbon atom, whereas in the first compound, it is at the first carbon atom. Both are having same molecular formula. See here, there are 3 carbon atoms in the first compound, whereas here also 3 carbon atoms, whereas the hydrogen, that is 8 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. C3H8O. The formula will be C3H8O. For 2-propanol also the formula will be C3H8O. Both are having same molecular formula, that is C3H8O, but they will be differing only in the position of the substituent. Here the substituent is OH, that is hydroxyl group is the substituent here. In the first compound, the hydroxyl position of the hydroxyl group is at the first carbon, whereas in the second compound, the position of the hydroxyl group is at the second carbon atom. Both are having same molecular formula, that is C3H8O, but the position of the hydroxyl group is at the different position. So it is a position isomerism. It shows a position isomerism. The second example we have is N-chloropropane and 2-chloropropane. Here in the similar way, here chlorine atom is a substituent atom here. It is having a formula, that is C3H8Cl. Both are having same molecular formula, but the position of the chlorine atom will be at different positions. In the first compound, it is at the first position, whereas in the second compound, it is at the second position. So both in both the compounds, the position of the substituent atom is different. So such type of isomers are nothing but a position isomers, and the whole phenomenon is referred to as a position isomerism. The next in the that is in the aromatic series. For example, see here orthoxylene, metaxylene and paraxylene. For aromatic series, we are taking example of orthoxylene, paraxylene and metaxylene. Here in the aromatic series also exhibit the position isomerism. There will be a difference in the position of the methyl group. See here, one is at the ortho position, one is at the meta position, another one is at the para position. So here in the aromatic series, the disubstituted products like ortho, meta and paraxylene also exhibit the position isomerism. The third type of isomerism, that is structural isomerism, is functional isomerism. Here the compounds having same molecular formula but having different functional groups are known as functional isomerism. Here functional isomers means the compounds will be having same molecular formula, but they will be having a different functional group in the molecule. They will be having different functional group within the molecule. Such type of isomers are called as a functional isomers. Example, ether and alcohol are functional isomers, and dimethyl ether and ethanol have same molecular formula C2H6O but contain different functional groups. See here, if we are talking about functional groups, that is we are considering ether and alcohol. They act as a functional isomers. Both acts as a functional isomers. For example, if we are taking dimethyl ether and ethanol, they are having a molecular formula, that is C2H6O. Dimethyl ether is nothing but a CH3, see the example here, dimethyl ether is nothing but CH3O CH3. It is a dimethyl ether. Ethanol is a CH3 CH2OH. Ethanol is CH3 CH2OH. Both are having same molecular formula, that is C2H6O. There are 6 hydrogen atoms, 1 oxygen atom and 2 carbon atoms. Both are having same molecular formula, that is C2H6O, but both contain different functional group. Dimethyl ether is a ether. It is containing ether group. Ether as a functional group. Whereas ethanol is a alcohol. It is containing a hydroxyl group as a functional group. Here ether group is a functional group, whereas here hydroxyl group, alcoholic group is a functional group. So both are having same molecular formula but different functional group. The other example we have is that is acetone and propanol. That is aldehydes and ketones exhibit functional isomers. Acetone and propanol have a molecular formula C3H6O, but ketone and other is aldehyde. See here, we are taking example of two other functional groups. First, we have taken the example of ethers and alcohols, and both are exhibiting the functional isomerism. The second example we are taking is that is aldehydes and ketonic group. Aldehydic and ketonic group. For example, we are taking acetone and propanol. Both are having a molecular formula, that is same molecular formula, that is C3H6O. Both are having molecular formula C3H6O, but there is a difference in the functional group. Here in the first compound, it is a ketonic group. Here we have a ketonic group as a functional group, whereas in propanol we have aldehyde CHO group as a functional group. Here ketone acts as a functional group, whereas here CHO aldehyde is a functional group. So both the acetone and propanol, both the compounds, that is acetone and propanol, they are having same molecular formula, but they are having different functional groups. One is acetone is having ketonic functional group, propanol is having aldehydic functional group. So what are functional isomers? Functional isomers are the compounds which are having same molecular formula but different functional groups within the molecule. Such isomers are referred to as a functional isomers. And the next type is metamerism. Compounds having same molecular formula belonging to the same class of compound but with an unequal distribution of carbon atoms on either side of the functional group are known as metamers, and the phenomenon is known as metamerism. Here metamers means compounds will be having same molecular formula. Again, both the compounds will be having same molecular formula, and both the compounds will be belonging to the same class of compound. In the earlier type, that is in the functional isomers, we were having two different functional groups, that is two different class of compounds. But here both the compounds will be of same class, they will be having same class of compound, but there will be a difference in the arrangement of distribution of the carbon atoms, or we can say that there will be an unequal distribution of the carbon atoms on either side of the functional group. Here we will be having same functional group in both the compounds. We can observe same functional group. That is why we say same class of compounds means it is having same functional group. Both the compounds will be having same functional group. So we are referring it as the same class of compounds. So these are the compounds which are having same molecular formula and they are belonging to the same class of compound, but there will be a difference in the distribution of the carbon atom on both side of the functional group. There will be a difference in the arrangement of the carbon atom on either side of the functional group. So such compounds are called as a metamers, and the whole phenomenon is referred to as a metamerism. For example, the compounds with the molecular formula, that is C4H10O, shows metamerism. The metamers are diethyl ether and methyl propyl ether. What here we are taking two examples of metamers, that is diethyl ether and methyl propyl ether. Diethyl ether and methyl propyl ether. Both are having molecular formula, that is C4H10O. See here. Here two carbon atoms are there. Here also two carbon atoms. So totally four carbon atoms. Hydrogen atoms 5 plus 5, 10. So formula would be C4H10O. Similarly, in the methyl propyl ether, there are 4 carbon atoms. First carbon atom and other 3 carbon atoms. So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 carbon atoms, 10 hydrogen atoms and oxygen. That will be C4H10O. Both are having molecular formula, that is C4H10O, and they will be having different arrangement or unequal distribution of the carbon atoms on both side of the functional group. Here the functional group is a ether. O is O here. This is a functional group. On either side of this functional group, there will be a unequal distribution of the carbon atoms. See here, on left side of this functional group, we have only one carbon atom, whereas on the right side of this we have 3 carbon atoms. So we can understand by this, that is, there is an unequal distribution of the carbon atoms on either side of the functional group. You can see here is only one carbon atom, here there are 3 carbon atoms. So there is an unequal distribution of the carbon atoms on either side of the functional group. So such type of isomers are called as a metamers. So diethyl ether and methyl propyl ether both acts as a metamers. The second example we have is that is ketones. We are taking example of ketones. For example, diethyl ketone and methyl propyl ketone. The first example we have is ethers, whereas second example we are taking is a ketone. Here diethyl ketone and methyl propyl ketone. They both are having same molecular formula. See here, this is having C4H10 and CO, or we can say C5H10O. This is also having molecular formula, that is C5H10O. Both are having same molecular formula, but on either side of the this ketone group, C double bond O is nothing but a ketone group. On either side of this ketone group, you will be having two different functional groups. Sorry, two different arrangement of the carbon atoms. See here on the left side, we have only one carbon atom, whereas on the right side we have 3 carbon atoms. So there is difference in the carbon atoms, number of carbon atoms, or we can say distribution of the carbon atoms on either side of this functional group. So such type of compounds are called as metamers, and the whole phenomenon is nothing but a metamerism. The next type we have is a tautomerism. Compounds whose structural that is structure differ in the arrangement of atoms, but which exist simultaneously in equilibrium with each other. These are called as tautomers, and this phenomenon is called as tautomerism. Here tautomers are nothing but they are the compounds whose structure differ in the arrangement of atoms, but which exist simultaneously in equilibrium with each other, are called as tautomers and the whole phenomenon is called as tautomerism. For example, see here, we are considering ketone form and enol form. Here see they are having same molecular formula, but there is difference in the arrangement of the atom. Here there is a ketone group, whereas here we have a hydroxyl group. Here we have a hydroxyl group. The same compound will be exhibiting two different forms, and both will be in equilibrium. Simultaneously they are in equilibrium with each other. So such type of compounds are called as a tautomerism, and the phenomenon is called as a such type of compounds are called as tautomers, and the phenomenon is nothing but the tautomerism. What tautomers are nothing but they are the compounds having same molecular formula but differing in the arrangement of atoms, and both the compounds will be in equilibrium, that is simultaneously in equilibrium with each other. So those are nothing but the tautomers. Second type of classification, that is second type of isomers are stereoisomers. Second type of isomers are stereoisomers. These are the compounds having same molecular formula and structural formula, but differ in the arrangement of atom or group in the in the space, are termed as stereoisomers, and the phenomenon is called as stereoisomerism. Stereoisomers means these are the compounds which are having same molecular formula. That is, both have the same molecular formula and both the compounds will be having same structural formula. Both the compounds have same molecular formula and same structural formula, but there will be a difference in the arrangement of atom or group within the space are termed as a stereoisomers, and the phenomenon is referred to as a stereoisomerism. Here in the stereoisomerism, there are two types. Mainly, there are two types for this stereoisomerism. We observe two types, that is geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. The two main classification of a stereoisomerism we can say as geometrical isomerism and stereoisomerism. First type is geometrical isomerism. Compounds have the same molecular formula but differ in the spatial arrangement of atoms or groups about the double bond in alkenes and single bonds in cyclic compounds. This isomerism results from the restricted rotation about the double bond in alkenes and single bonds in cyclic compounds. Geometrical isomers means these are the compounds which are having same molecular formula. Both the compounds will be having same molecular formula, but there will be a difference in the spatial arrangement of atoms or groups about the double bond. Here in the geometrical isomerism or in the stereoisomerism, we can say we'll be referring the double bonded carbon atoms. We'll be referring the double bond. So here the compounds will be having same molecular formula, but there will be a difference in the spatial arrangement of atoms or groups about the double bond in the alkenes, whereas in the cyclic compounds we'll be referring the single bonds. There will be a difference in the spatial arrangement of atoms about the single bond in cyclic compounds and about the double bond in alkenes. And this type of isomerism, that is geometrical isomerism, it arises or it results from the restricted rotation of the restricted rotation about the double bond in alkenes. Means in the alkenes we are observing this geometrical isomerism due to the restricted rotation about the double bond. That is due to the restricted rotation of the groups or either atoms on the double bond creates or it results geometrical isomerism in the alkenes. If we say why geometrical isomerism is seen in alkenes, means there occurs a restricted rotation about the double bond which leads to the or which results to the observation of the geometrical isomerism in the alkenes, whereas in the that is in the cyclic compounds we will be observing geometrical isomerism due to the restricted rotation about the single bonds. We will be observing the rotation about the single bonds in the cyclic compounds. Next we'll see the geometrical isomerism in alkenes. That is, we'll study about the geometrical isomerism in the alkenes. The carbon atom of the carbon double bond carbon are sp2 hybridized. The carbon double bond carbon consists of a sigma bond and a pi bond. Sigma bond is formed by the overlapping of s orbital axially, and pi bond is formed by overlapping of p orbital laterally. The presence of a pi bond locks the molecule in one position. The two carbon atoms, that is carbon double bond carbon, and the four atoms attached to them lie in the same plane and their positions are fixed. Rotation about the carbon double bond carbon is not possible because rotation could break the pi bond. This restricted rotation around the carbon double bond carbon is responsible for the geometrical isomerism in alkenes. Here we have to study how the geometrical isomerism or why the geometrical isomerism occurs or results in the alkenes. Here in the alkenes we know that we have double bonded carbon atoms. In the alkenes we observe double bonded carbon atoms, that is C double bond C, and that will be sp2 hybridized, and the carbon double bond carbon will be consisting of, that is The two bonds will be they are nothing but sigma bond and pi bond. One will be the sigma bond and the other will be the pi bond. That is, here in the alkenes we observe carbon double bond carbon. There are two bonds. One will be a sigma bond, the other will be a pi bond. And the sigma bond is formed by the overlapping of the, that is overlapping of the s orbitals. Axial overlapping of the s orbitals leads to the formation of sigma bond. So here the sigma bond is formed due to the axial overlapping of the s orbitals, and the pi bond is formed by the lateral overlapping of the p orbitals, or overlapping of p orbitals laterally leads to the pi bond formation. And that is, the presence of this pi bond locks the molecule in one position. It restricts the rotation of the double bond. The presence of pi bond restricts, or it we can say that it locks the rotation of the pi bond. The two carbon atoms, that is carbon double bond carbon, and the four groups, or we can say four atoms or groups which are attached to those carbon atoms, they lie in same plane, and there all the positions of those groups or atoms will be fixed. And the rotation around this carbon double bond carbon is not possible. Why? Because the rotation of the bond could the rotation of the compound, or we can say the rotation of the groups around the double bond, may lead to the breakage of the pi bond. The rotation may lead to the breakage of the pi bond. So there occurs a restricted rotation around the carbon double bond carbon, which leads to the geometrical isomerism, or which is responsible for the geometrical isomerism in alkenes. That is, we cannot, there is a restriction for rotating the groups around the carbon double bond carbon. Why? Because the bond, pi bond may break. So there occurs restricted rotation about this carbon carbon double bond, which causes or which results for the geometrical isomerism in the alkenes. For example, see here, butene with the molecular formula C4H8 exhibit geometrical isomerism, and the geometrical isomers are trans-2-butene and cis-2-butene. For example, we are taking the example of C4H8, that is nothing but a butene. The isomers of this butene, or geometrical isomers of this butene, are trans-2-butene and cis-2-butene. Here, see here we have double bonded carbon atoms. Here also in the cis isomers we have two, that is double bonded carbon atoms. Here there is a restriction of the rotation of this pi bond. Why? Because it breaks, the rotation would break the pi bond. So there is a restriction for the rotation of the groups around the double bonded carbon atoms. These both the compounds, there is trans-2-butene and cis-2-butene, will be exhibiting the geometrical isomerism. Means there will be a restricted rotation for the four atoms which are attached to the carbon atom, as well as the two carbon atoms. There is a restricted rotation for the two double bonded carbon atoms, as well as the four atoms or groups attached to it, which will be leading to the geometrical isomerism in trans-2-butene and cis-2-butene. The cis isomer is the one in which two identical groups are on the same side of the double bond, and the trans isomer is the one in which two similar groups are on the opposite side of the double bond. So geometrical isomerism is called as a cis trans isomerism. Here the geometrical isomerism is also called as a cis trans isomerism. In the cis isomer, see here in the second example, that is cis-2-butene, two identical groups, that is CH3 and CH3, two methyl groups are on the same side of the double bond. Whereas in the trans-2-butene, the two methyl groups, two similar groups are on the opposite side of the double bond. They are on the opposite side of the double bond. So this geometrical isomerism is also referred to as a cis-trans isomerism. The trans isomers are more stable than the cis isomer, because in cis isomer the bulkier methyl group are on the same side of the double bond. The steric repulsion or hindrance of groups makes the cis isomer less stable than a trans isomer, in which bulkier groups are far apart. See here, when compared to the cis isomer, trans isomer is more stable. What we can say, the trans isomer or trans isomers are more stable than the cis isomers. Why? Because in the cis isomer you see here the two similar groups, or we can say two bulkier groups. When we compare with this hydrogen and methyl group, we know that methyl group is bulkier than this hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom is less bulkier than this methyl group. We know that methyl group is more bulkier when compared to the hydrogen atom. So in the cis isomer, the two bulkier groups, two methyl bulkier groups, they are on the same side, whereas in the trans 2-butene, the two bulkier groups are on the opposite side. When the two bulkier groups will be present on the same side of the double bond, there occurs a steric repulsion. You observe a steric repulsion between these two groups. These two will be nearer to each other when they will be nearer to each other, or we can say they are on the same side of the double bonded carbon atom. Whereas in the trans 2-butene, they are on the opposite side. They are far apart from each other. They are far apart from each other when compared to the two methyl groups in the cis isomer. In the cis isomer, they are nearer to each other, or they are on the same side of the double bond. So due to this, there occurs, or there we can observe a steric repulsion, or we can say hindrance of the group. We can say steric hindrance of the groups, or we can say steric repulsion between the groups occurs. So this makes the cis isomer less stable than the trans isomer. Why the cis isomers are less stable than the trans isomers? What we have to take, the cis isomer is less stable than the trans isomer. Why? Because the bulkier groups which are present on the same side of the carbon atom occurs a steric hindrance, or we can say steric repulsion occurs between those bulkier groups, which leads to the lesser stability or less stability of the cis isomer. So because of this reason, the cis isomer is less stable when compared to the trans isomer. All alkenes do not show geometrical isomerism. It is possible only when each double bonded carbon atom is attached to two different atoms or groups. Consider in the case of propane, no geometrical isomer is possible for propene. This is because one of the doubly bonded carbon atom has same hydrogen atoms. There occurs, or there we observe a condition to occur geometrical isomer. If there are two compounds, if they have to show geometrical isomerism, both the compounds should contain two different groups or atoms attached to the carbon atom, that is double bonded carbon atom should contain two different atoms or groups attached to it. There should be two different groups that should be attached to the carbon double bond. See here in the propene, we cannot observe geometrical isomerism. Why? Because the doubly bonded carbon atom, see both the doubly bonded carbon atoms here, this second carbon atom is having two similar groups. It is having two similar groups, that is hydrogen atoms. There should not be a same groups on the carbon atom. Those compounds cannot exhibit a geometrical isomerism. It cannot exhibit the geometrical isomerism. It should contain two different atoms or groups that should be attached to the double bonded carbon atom. This is a condition for the compounds to exhibit the geometrical isomerism. That is, the compounds should contain, or they should have two different atoms or groups about the each double bonded carbon atom. Each double bonded carbon atom should contain two different groups or atoms attached to it. Here in the example propene, the second carbon is having two similar groups hydrogen atoms. Here in the second, that is in the propene only, it is having two hydrogen atoms. So two similar groups are present on the same carbon atom. So propene cannot exhibit a geometrical isomerism. Next we have to study is, that is, a geometrical isomerism in malic acid and fumaric acid. Malic acid and fumaric acid are butene-dioic acid. The molecular formula is C4H4O. The molecular formula for this malic acid and fumaric acid is C4H4O. Malic acid and fumaric acid have different arrangement of groups about the carbon-carbon double bond. Here, malic acid and fumaric acid, they exhibit the geometrical isomerism. Why? Because both the compounds or both the acids are having a different arrangement of atoms about the double bonded carbon atoms. Both are having the same molecular formula, that is C4H4O. Both are having same molecular formula. See the structures here. That is malic acid, it has two bulkier groups, that is COH group on the same side of the double bonded carbon atom. This is called as a malic acid. If the two carboxylic groups COH groups are on same side of the double bonded carbon atom, then it is called as a malic acid. If the two carboxylic groups, that is COH groups, they are on the opposite side of the double bonded carbon atom, that is called as a fumaric acid. Both are having a formula C4H4O4, but in one the COH group are on the same side of the double bonded carbon atom, on other they are on the opposite side of the double bonded carbon atom. If they are on the opposite side of the double bonded carbon atom, then it would be a fumaric acid. If they are on the same side of the double bonded carbon atom, then it would be a malic acid. In malic acid, the two carboxylic groups or COOH groups are on the same side of the double bond is known as a cis-trans isomer. In fumaric acid, both COH group are present on the opposite side of the double bonded carbon atom is known as trans isomer. Therefore, malic acid and fumaric acid are geometrical isomers and exhibit cis-trans isomerism. See here in the malic acid, both the COH groups, both the carboxylic groups or COH groups, they are on the same side of the carbon atom. If two similar groups are on the same side of the double bonded carbon atom, such type of isomer we call as cis isomer. If they are on the same side of the double bonded carbon atom, we call it as a cis isomer. If two bulkier groups, they are on the opposite side of the carbon atom, see here in the fumaric acid, the two COH groups, they are on the opposite side of the carbon atom. If two bulkier groups are on the opposite side of the atom, then such a type of isomer is called as a trans isomer. If, see here, listen, if two bulkier groups are on the same side of the double bonded carbon atom, then such type of isomer is called as a cis isomer. If two bulkier groups are on the opposite side of the double bond, then such type of isomer is called as a trans isomer. So malic acid is a cis isomer, whereas a fumaric acid is a trans isomer. Why? Because the bulkier COH group are on the opposite side of the double bonded carbon atom. So fumaric acid is a trans isomer and malic acid is a cis isomer. So both malic acid and fumaric acid are geometrical isomers and they are exhibiting the geometrical isomerism or cis-trans isomerism. So this was all about today's class. Here we have discussed about some of the basic terms of the stereochemistry and types of the isomerism. And the next concept we'll study in the next class. Thank you.